YouTube. It's Wednesday, happy hump day, and it's the beginning of April. It's going to be raining pretty soon, so I thought I'd do a video that I thought a while back if I'm going to do it or not, and I am going to do it. This video is on a Pink Floyd topic, and it's about Syd Barrett. If for those of you that listen to Pink Floyd, he was the original guitarist of Pink Floyd and was Roger Waters' best friend. And he was the guitarist before Gilmour took over. They performed one full album and a couple of other, like A Sorcerer Full of Secrets and Relics, and which is Relics is basically an album full of singles, like pop singles. They did a lot of single albums together, but not like full blown albums. And they only did like one full blown album together. The Pipers at the Gates of Dawn, and Syd Barrett was the original guitarist. He also did some solo albums on his own. I have Madcap Laughs, and it's a very good album. A lot of people know that he did a lot of acid and LSD in the band, and was kind of different from most rock stars. He's I don't know if he was diagnosed, but I don't think he ever was diagnosed with anything. But there's all kinds of rumors that people think he might be like schizophrenic or autistic or whatever. To be honest, I don't really care about what he might have had or might not have. Being mentally ill myself, a label is just a label. You can be schizophrenic and diagnosed with it and have something totally different. It's so hard to diagnose people. I have mental illness, and I don't like labels. But that's not about the topic. It's about Syd Barrett. I like he had a very creative songwriting things. It's very poetic and it's very childlike, and it's very cute. He was very cute. I mean, he was like a stud muffin for the back in the days, with curly hair and eyeliner. I mean, yeah. He got sick and passed away in 2006, and when he left Pink Floyd, I guess he didn't want to have anything to do with it. He went back to his name, Roger Barrett, and didn't talk to Pink Floyd even after, and then he just passed away. I mean, and Roger Waters, who's always acting like, oh, I'm such a hard ass, when he talks about David Gilmour or Richard Wright or Nick Mason, who is also his best friend. I think they're best friends again, Roger and Nick Mason. They were always the coolest besties. Well, whenever he talks about Syd Barrett, it seems like it gets kind of sad, and he starts sounding like a really nice guy, like a big teddy bear. But I think he was really guilty about the whole Syd Barrett thing. I mean, he's really good friends, and I guess fame was too much for Syd Barrett, and it just caused him to have a breakdown and to leave the music industry, which many people thought it was like a drug thing or a mental illness thing. But and when I think about it in real life, I have a mental illness myself. And I think of myself posting stuff on YouTube. I don't know if I really want to be famous, and I think it would be too hard. I mean, I wouldn't want to be like famous. And then I think, I can relate to Syd Barrett, and I may not be doing as much drugs, but I've had my faults, and like, I thought he was really neat, and he was like one of my biggest role models. He's like one of the reasons why I like do all my peer support stuff. Like, I always want to help other people besides me with mental illness. I don't want this thing to be about mental illness or my problems. It's mainly about, Syd Barrett and Pink Floyd. I'm just making more videos about Pink Floyd because, people might get sick of hearing about Pink Floyd, but I really like the band, and I respect Roger Waters, Syd Barrett, Richard Wright, David Gilmour, and Nick Mason. They're awesome guys. They're the Fabulous Five, even though they don't really get along all the time. But I enjoy listening to Syd Barrett solo albums, and makes me happy. Pink Floyd makes me so happy. And so this is why I'm talking about Syd Barrett. I was looking, I have his girlfriends, and one of his girlfriends is named after me, has the same name as me. Her name is Libby. I was like, pretty cool. And even though he didn't make as much music like as Roger Waters or the other guys, he still made some pretty amazing music. I'd listen to Madcap Laughs or his self-titled album, solo album, Syd Barrett. I'd recommend listening to the other guys' solo albums, especially Roger Waters. He is pretty good. Pros and Cons and Hitchhiking and Radio Chaos and Amused to Death. David Gilmour. I don't know if Rick Wright and Nick Mason really got into the soul career thing, but yeah. But I was just looking back at Syd Barrett and how Roger Waters, he wrote many songs about Syd, like If on Autumn in If, Shine on You Crazy Diamond, Wish You Were Here, made references to him in many songs. I guess Roger Barrett and Roger Waters were really good friends for a very long time. And he is also friends with David Gilmour. That's how David Gilmour got in the band. Syd Barrett meant a lot to so many people, and so many people, young people like my age and younger, are finding out about Syd Barrett, and they're starting to listen to his music. Like when people first find out about Pink Floyd, they don't really know the band members. They just know Roger Waters, David Gilmour, Rick Wright, and Nick Mason. If that, sometimes people think Pink Floyd is just like a person, Pink Floyd. Then they get to know the band members, and then they realize that there's about Syd, and then they realize, wow, he's cool. Or people who are mentally ill, they say, you know what? I have the same problems. And they turn on his music and they say, I can relate to that. I did. When I was having my problems with my issues, I loved Madcap Laughs. It helped me realize, I'm not the only one with an irregular head and what is normal. So I just, I was really thought hard. How am I going to talk about Syd Barrett? Because, it can't down, it's so hard to talk about him because he has a stigma, and he is such a legend, and I don't want to disrespect his legacy. I don't want him to not be well known as, some dude who was doing too much LSD and drugs, because that's not who he is, to me. Yeah, he made a lot of stupid choices, but we all do, and we all have our crosses that we bear. And when you're mentally ill, if he was mentally ill, a lot of people do self-medicate, and this is my story again. I've never self-medicated on anything that hard, but it was really sad. You know, he passed away very young, and he never got to make music. But maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't want to become some famous rock star like Roger Waters or David Gilmour. But he's still a legend to many people. He's many things to many people, and this is my story about how I feel about him. He was really cool. Yeah. Bye.